TCB. That's what Elvis, that was his crew. He was like the TCB crew. Taking care of business. Man, I would love to party with Elvis in the 70s, bro. Coke and the Quaaludes and shit. But every time I would see pictures, it looked like he just had dick riders all around him. I was watching this one shit. It was his homeboy's marriage. His homeboy got married, and Elvis was still in the middle of the picture. Man, that's some old, bro. That's like when the king gets to fuck your wife first. That type of shit. Like that old medieval shit. That's all I know about Elvis. That's all I know. How's your day? Was it good? Today will be a good one for you today. We got Anak Bari here. We got time here, love it. And, workout. News. Man, hold up. Oh shit. I'm about to put it. These motherfucking, I almost got finessed by these Indian motherfuckers, man. You know how I get the Indian dick pills? I hope he calls back. So, what they do is they'll, surprisingly, in India, their security isn't that good on their databases. Surprisingly. So what they'll do is they'll pretend like they're calling from your website and then be like, yo, hey, yeah, you want to re-up your order? They got me like this one time. So I'm like, yeah, I'll re-up the fucking order. And like, these are dudes, I've been doing my dick pill business with them for 2 years. You know what I mean? So like, so they're like, oh yeah, man, shit's not going through. So can you just like just give me some fucking iTunes cards? Like, and this is where I'm the dumbass. I'm like, all right, man, I guess iTunes cards, sure, whatever, bro. Cause there's always some sketchy way to get paid, for them to get paid with their shit. Even like when you're dealing with them, it's a new sketchy way for them to get paid. So I was like, okay, here's a brand new sketchy way to get paid. And so I sent him some dough. And then the original guy called back, was like, hey, would you like to buy some? I was like, bitch, I just bought some from you. He was like, no, you didn't. I was like, such and such pharmaceuticals? Yeah, motherfucker. And he was like, you got taken advantage of. I was like, bitch, you got hacked. And they called from your shit. So you can give me. And this other motherfucker tried to do me like that. So I just strung him along. Cause I just was like, fuck this guy. So I strung him along and I was like, yeah, and I'll send you the money. Yeah, here it is. I showed him the receipt and then I canceled it as soon as I had shit else to do. So now he, they be calling me and shit. They call me all the fucking time, like trying to, hello, did you get your, can you send me the money?
Well, so how are you going to know when it's the real one? If you've got these other...
I already know the real one. It wasn't his ass.
But now they know that you're real. They can still come after you, as they are right now.
They think they think if they're persistent enough that they think that if they're persistent enough that I'm gonna just give them some money.
Gonna wear you down.
Yeah, like he thinks like, yeah, I'll just call him one more time. That'll change things. And I'm like, nah, it's not gonna change things. Yeah, let's call, watch this up.
I think there's a law against this.
Fuck them.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, Jude, how are you?
I'm good. I'm still waiting on them pills, man. Where they at, bro? I got all this money waiting for you, man. I was going to give you extra money, too, because I liked you so much.
You like that?
Yeah, where's my shit at?
Okay, so you can now transfer this amount.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. And I was thinking, you know, because I want you, because you know how I like the Viagra's and stuff, I'm going to send you a picture of my penis, too.
So you want Viagra also?
I'm going to send, I'm going to send you a picture of my penis with the amount, with the receipt of the money that I sent.
Sorry?
I'm going to send you a picture of my penis.
So you will not send the money, right?
Yeah, and my dick. But you have to take a picture of my penis. Will you? Will you?
Will you please can transfer that amount?
I can't hear you.
I'm saying, can you please transfer that amount?
You want me to transfer the amount? All right.
Yeah.
I will. I'll do that as soon as send me pictures of your wife's pussy.
Oh.
Fuck this guy. Hey. Where you at? Why you all quiet?
Now, let me tell you.
Why you so quiet?
Tell you one thing, God,
Why you so quiet?
God will see you. God will see you. No issue. God will see you.
God will see me? I don't worry about God seeing me. I just want to see your wife's vagina. See that hairy clam.
Karma will never forgive you. Don't worry about that. As you do that with me, somebody do with me.
I'm going to fuck the curry out of her puss.
The life is very long, man. The life is very long. No, you don't know this time what happened with you. Life is very long. Karma will never forgive you.
Yeah, that's,
As you do with
yeah.
me, somebody do with you.
Someone needs to forgive you. Someone needs to forgive you for trying to fucking steal money from me, you bitch.
Oh, you can take the pills. You can take the pills and have
I
it.
still ain't get the fucking pills, you lying ass motherfucker.
You haven't got that?
Nah, that's why I'm mad at you, you fuck boy.
But as I can see that, the address which you gave us...
Yeah, okay. All right, yep. Quit calling me. I'll call, as soon as I get my pills, I'll send you some money. Until then, suck a dick.
I don't give you money. Just take it. In
No, I ain't no liar. I'm not a fucking liar like you. So as soon as I get my pills, I'll send you. No, don't get hyped.
No, Jude, I don't need your money.
Yeah, you do, because you keep calling for it.
God will see you.
God's gonna see me? God's
Karma is not gonna forgive you.
Karma's not gonna forgive me?
Remember my word.
Ain't that something a thief talking to me about karma?
I'm sure about that. I'm sure about. Even you can see that in a month, in a one month, in a 30 days. In a 30 days, you will, however you will lose your $400 to $500. However you will lose. It will be like, however you will lose, you will sure short loss your $400, $500.
I need a fucking.
I'm telling you, karma
bro,
will never gonna forgive you.
Look, I need a goddamn, I need an interpreter to understand what the fuck you're saying to me right now. You are a thief. You're a thief, and I got your phone number. I got your number, you thief. Yeah, motherfucker. See, man?
That went well.
Fuck him.
So was he saying that God's going to take $500 from you? Or
he said, yeah, karma's going to get me and God's going to give me. Like, yeah, whatever.
How long have you been going back and forth with that guy?
He calls me every fucking day. I'm like, bro, if you don't quit calling me, I'm gonna put your phone number out for everybody to call you. Like,
he's calling you from India?
Mm-hmm.
How do you know that?
Did you hear his fucking voice?
Sure, but I mean, what does the number look like?
They get them Google numbers.
Oh, right.
You get the Google numbers, and then you call up. So, but what they do is they'll get into databases, call up motherfuckers that they know already ordered some shit, and then try to finesse you. And I got once like that, and I'm just telling you, he tried to get me again, and I was like, nah. Nope. And then he calls me every fucking day. I'm gonna feel bad if I actually do get what he's sending me. Then I'll send him his money. If I do get what he's sending me, I'll send him his money. But I don't think it's gonna happen. I think this motherfucker's a lie.
How much money?
It was like $300. Oh my shit.
That's a lot in my world.
That's why. It's because you a loser. John, you ain't got no side hustles. If I was you, I'd be selling chin shirts all day. I might start selling chin shirts and then give you a cut of your own face.
I'd appreciate that.
All right.
I'd license you that. Hey, but so how do you send this guy money? Not out of your credit card, do you?
What's your name?
I did a wire transfer, then I fucking reversed it. I just canceled. I did a wire transfer, took a picture of it, and then canceled it as soon as I took the picture of it. So he was over there hyped, like, oh, I got him. And then he kept calling, like, hello, Jude, where's my money? Fuck that dude. Like, I don't blame him. Like, yo, try to get your money any way you can, man. And, like, they got me once already. But, like, now he just is going to get the abuse. And I said, bro, keep playing with me. I'm going to put your number on Twitter and sick the dogs on you.
It's weird he knows your name. He's calling you Jude.
Yeah, man. He was claiming to be.
He's your friend.
Yeah, I might put it on my story or some shit like that. I don't even know. Yo, they be doing that shit, man. Like, look, and it works. They got me once. Because I'm dumb, but fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
The worst is that they do that for job searches, too. And you can't catch them.
For real?
They'll email you and they'll tell you, they'll offer you like to work at home.
Yeah.
And then they'll do things. I almost got caught up in that one. My wife saved me on that one.
Bro, there's so many scams.
That's embarrassing, Chris.
Trevor in Miami.
Jude, what's up, man?
What up, though?
Chilling, man. Why don't you put that dude on blast? You ain't got nothing better to do.
If he calls me back again, I'm gonna do it.
Well, hook it up.
If he calls me back again, I'll throw it on Twitter for a fucking
hook
hour.
him up.
What's that?
Well, hook him up.
Yep. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, boy, bet.
My man. Peace. Shit's real out here, man. Shit's real. Look at, dog, everybody's calling with their Indian scams, bro. Everybody. L.
Yo.
What up, though?
Man, what up, Jude? Big fan.
Shit. What's up with you, man?
Man, they almost got me this one time with the same shit, same fucking Punjabi Indian motherfuckers calling me. But they was acting like they was from the IRS, and I owed the government. If I didn't pay, like, right away, they swear they had a federal agent at my house waiting to take me to jail. If I didn't pay, it was like $1,000 or something, like, right away or some shit. And I'm like, what the fuck, the motherfuckers at the IRS with that thick of a fucking accent for? You know what I'm saying? And then, like, he was like, you need to hit the store and get a money order right now. I'll walk you through it. I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shit just didn't add up. And then, like you said, he called from a number that you could call back, and you call back, you got the money, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, when I said I didn't have $1,000, like, I was like, I can pay some. His whole shit switched up. He's like, well, how much can you pay? Like, the whole intensity dropped. You know what I'm saying?
He was trying to do me the same way. I'm like, all right, bro, I'll get $300 worth of things off of you. Like, but what if you just get $350 worth of it, and then I give you extra? I'm like, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here.
This is fucking ridiculous. Damn, yo, you're not the only one. Julian in San Diego. All right, L. Julian.
Yo, you can hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Man, same shit happened to me, bro. Let me tell you. So this dude called me talking about he's from the IRS, and I'm just listening to him. He was like, yeah, you owe this much money on your taxes, blah, 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 blah. Mind you, I'm military, so I know better. So he was like, you owe money. And I was like, well, if you're with the IRS, what's my Social Security? Click, he got in my face, right? So I'm like, man, this nigga's trying to get me. So a couple days later, they called me back saying the same thing. And I was like, yo, I'm letting you guys know right now. I'm in the military. If you guys call back, I'm going to trace you. I'm going to find you. And he hung up again. But, yeah, they're out here trying to scam people, bro. It's crazy because last year I was in India on deployment. And we love America, da-da-da-da. So it's like, if y'all love us so much, why are you trying to scam us? Like, what's going on?
Well, just look, I'm sure some people do love America and other people love to scam Americans. Yeah, that's a come up, bro. You get $300 off in America and you in India, man, that's a lot of money. Every one of these cats.
Says that last year alone, over the past 4 years, it says 15,000 victims were got by that IRS scam.
By the IRS scam?
Mm-hmm.
They got that one, and then they did the one with the. I've seen it. I saw it 3 times so far. It's not Indians, it's Hispanic cats with the fucking kidnapping shit. Yeah. Like doing a kidnap scam. Hey, we should get we should get a scam expert. I'd love to hear all the different scams. Cause all we know is IRS, dick pills, and kidnaps. Oh, hold up. Jules, go ahead.
Hi.
What's up, girl?
Hi, Jude. Long-time listener. Love you.
Love you too.
So this just happened, and it's ironic you're talking about Indian scams. I'm an escort. I'm in the Bay Area, and there's this Indian dude around here that's been for, 2 or 3 years running around burning escorts using this fake movie money. And he sweated one girl so much that she ended up killing herself. So basically he's been served cease and desist, so people kind of know who he is and where he is now. So his shit's about to change. So I just thought that was pretty ironic. He sets up dummy email accounts to pretend to be other ladies to say he's a good guy, and then he will see you like 2 or 3 times, use real money, and on the 4th one he'll leave you
That's fucking
an
nuts.
envelope full of bullshit.
That is fucking nuts. All right. Damn. Hey, hold up. The motherfuckers call back. Hello?
Hello?
Who this?
Do you want to buy more dick pills?
What's your name?
Abdul.
Epsel. Nah, bro. Endo.
Abdul. Jude. Abdul.
What, you mad? Didn't I just cuss out your homeboy? Why you calling back?
Jude.
Why you talking to me like you my dad?
Come on, Jude.
Why you want me to have a hard dick so bad?
Jude, we want to bring you to Aliquippa, Jude.
I don't even know what the fuck Aliquippa is. Where's that?
We want to sacrifice you, Jude.
You gonna sacrifice me?
Who we sacrifice you, Jude?
You probably, I'll tell you what, save up all of your ruples, okay? So save up all your little fucking ruples and fucking beads and buy an airplane ticket for me. I'll come over there and you can sacrifice me. Right next to the goat. Right next to a cow.
Jude. Jude, come on, Jude.
I'm gonna Yo, that dude said he was finna sacrifice me, dog.
That was weird.
They out there fucking hook up. All right, I'm finna throw him to the dogs. I'm finna throw him to the dogs.
Hear myself on the radio, Jude. You think he's gonna sacrifice me, dog? That's weird. They out there fucking hook up.
See?
What is going on here?
They crazy. They out there hook up. I'm telling you, hey, keep playing with my shit. We can throw you. I'm throw you to the dogs over there on Twitter. My Twitter folks ain't got shit else to do. All right, Jude versus India. Jude versus India. I don't give a fuck. My man Sam, he's legit. He keeps a legit dick pills. Let's take these off the air. Let's play some songs and take these. A gang of people want to talk. Can we go to New York? I'll just take these and we'll play them on demand or some shit. Mrhbee is here. All right, we're going to talk about more Indian, more scams. All right, and then after that, Mrhbee. Let's go.
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand.
All right, y'all. We was talking about all the motherfucking scams, all the scams, all the phone scammers, and the phone lines blew up. All right, be quick with your stories. I want to hear all of them. Let's go to Robert in St. Louis.
What's up? Man, okay, so I repair computers for a living. That's what I do. So you can't call me with no scamming shit. So I get the Indian guy calling talking about he's from Microsoft and that my computer's got this virus and I need to go to this site so he can help me with it and give him some green dot card for $300. And so, I played with him for a little bit and then I like cussed his ass like completely out and like he didn't know what to say, but sir, you still got a virus on your computer. And I'm like, dude, didn't I just fucking tell you?
Yo,
so either that one, that one, and then there's another quick one, real quick. The IRS, when somebody tried to get me on that, and I went off on him. I gave him a fake name, and I gave him a fake social security number, and he's acting like he's typing up. So he's like, oh, okay, well, it looks like you owe the IRS $2,500, and they got a lawsuit against you and all this shit. So I went off on them, and then they hung up on me. So then I called them back. I called them back so many times they blocked my number.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I told him, man, if the motherfuckers call again, we're gonna like. Cats already saw what happened to that fucking webcam girl. She quit that. She didn't want no more parts.
No chance.
No, for real. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling.
All right, man, right on.
Josh in Nashville. Go ahead, Josh.
All right, I'm sorry to get off subject. Now y'all talking about the Indians, but I'm just calling back up about yesterday. You had a little sperm donor on. So I actually called and talked to him, and I told him, man, put me on game because I got pretty good-looking babies. And so if I'm not going to be dumb, I'm trying to get some money out of it. So he actually did. He knew somebody in my area, and now I'm in contact with him.
Well, let us.
But this dude is fucking crazy. He had the nerve to tell me, he's like, well, you got to call me father. The fuck you mean? He's like, yeah, anybody that I put on has to call me their father from now on. So this dude is fucking out there. I was like, you were fucking retarded. Not calling you my father.
You called him up asking for help.
Hell yeah, but I'm not going to call no other motherfucker my fucking father.
All right, man, bye. Cheeto.
Yo, what up, dude?
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, man. They almost got me, man. I actually do owe the IRS like 40 racks. Found my own business.
Yeah.
And they called me and they was like, hey, dude, you owe us 40,000. You need to pay us right now, or we gonna send you to jail. And I was like, what? I fucking scared the shit out of me, man. I got scared, man. I was sweating it. I called my accountant. And I was like, yo, what the fuck, man? And then she was like, nah, man, fucking IRS, they ain't never gonna call you and say, oh, you owe, and they'll show up at your house and take your shit before they fucking send you and call you or anything.
They'll send you a letter. They'll send you a letter, but they ain't gonna be calling with no shit. No.
Nah, they ain't gonna be. They're gonna be fucking sending you a letter saying, "Yo, we about to come get your shit if you don't pay us this money." And another one, there was back in like 5 years ago, was this Western Union scam that they got my ex fucking wife on, and they was just sending us money orders, and her dumb ass cashed them through our bank, and then she send them the money, like they send like little $1,500, $2,000 fucking Western Union money orders, and we cash them. You know, we try to cash them through Walmart, but they never cash that shit. So we had to, her dumb ass cash them through our bank, and then the bank later on, they cashed them all, and then we ended up owing the bank like 5-6 racks for that shit. And she ended up having to do bankruptcy. This before we got married.
So wait, I don't even understand that. They send a Western Union thing, and then you go to cash it, and then what?
Yeah, they basically send you a Western Union money order, right?
Okay.
You go and you take it to, they send you a whole letter explaining to you. They're like, oh, it's all good, man. Just take it to Walmart, cash it, and then send us the money. You send us, like, let's say the money order's for like $1,500. They just want $8. You keep the rest of the money, and that's what you get paid. But Walmart doesn't cash them. You know, it's just a bunch of fake shit. And Walmart never cashed them. So what they want you to do is take them to your bank, because the bank, it takes them a little bit to figure out that they're fake. Because, of course, they're going to go try to cash them. They never get cash, so we're the ones, you know, they get their money already. They cash them Johnny on the spot. They give you the $1,500 right there. You got $1,500 cash. You send them the $700. But the bank still, like, whenever that money order gets sent back is, like, fraudulent.
All right, okay. All right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
crazy.
But,
all right,
anyways,
man. Peace.
Man, keep doing your shit,
Thanks,
man.
bro. Gandhi.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, man. So I got this getting real crazy. I'm on Instagram. This cat from Florida, man.
Motherfucker advertising all types of loud, various types of weed he got, so I buy in. He say $250 an ounce. I send it to him. I never hear back from him. So I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I'm down in Florida, Miami, that following week. So I ask around. People like, oh, yeah, this shop such and such. I send my girl in there. Boom, ask about them. They like, oh, yeah, this here you can find his number. She call him up. Why I catch the motherfucker at the party, man? I whooped the brakes off him. I'm like, man, and so I get tossed out, and I'm yelling, yeah, motherfucker, word to the wise. The world's smaller than a bitch.
That's fuck. It's almost worth going through all that just to be able to beat his ass, huh?
That was almost worth because I'm already knowing. I'm like, I'm seeing that drug area. So I'm like, okay, so we get down there, found them in less than 2 days.
There it is.
Oh, Young Punk, man. Then your other guy that just called with the check. I went through that, but it's a little different, man. These idiots were so stupid. They sent me the fake check first, but I blamed my bank because my bank let me cash it. So $5,000 check off the top, I'll go buy a Tahoe, about a quarter pound of weed, and shit, the rest was history.
What's that? All right, man. G in Garden Grove.
Yo, so I woke up to like 7 voicemails from my grandma. And I listened to the voicemail. She's saying, hey, like, if you're really in jail, you need to call me and let me know. She went and got, like, a lawyer on retainer and shit. So I guess these people called her and played their voice as me, saying I was in New York at a wedding and I caught a DUI and all types of shit. So she was about to send them, like, $4,000 to bond me out. And like I said, she went and got a lawyer on retainer and shit, but I live in California, so.
Yeah, man, old people get it the worst, bro. Old people get it the worst. Luis.
Yep, I'm here.
Go ahead, bro.
Hey, what's up, Jude? Hey, man, this scam is big in the Hispanic community, and what they do is the Mexicans will call, they buy these little Mexican calling cards to call to Mexico, and what these dudes will do is they'll sit on the phone lines and write down names and write down dates, like if you're going to say, tell your family, I'll be down there on the 15th. What they'll do is they'll call your family back in Mexico and extort them for money. So a couple months ago, they called my family in Mexico and said that, hey, Luis is broken down here in Juarez, and he doesn't have enough money to pay for his car. And we need $800 or else we're going to keep their car. So, I got other family over there trying to connect with us on Facebook Messenger, texting us, like, yo, are you guys really broken down? And it's like in the middle of the night. So we're like, no, we're just at home sleeping. Like, what are you talking about? So, there's all kinds of scams going around. And, in the Mexican and Hispanic community, that's one of the big ones through calling cards.
So I don't understand how they can hear the conversation through the calling card.
So what they do is they hack into those phone lines. They tap them. And so they'll sit there and listen to your whole conversation. You're talking to your
Okay, and then they got everything. They get everything on you.
They got the whole 9 yards on you. They got all your information, and they got names. They got names of people who are traveling, more or less like times and dates, and then they just call your family back and extort them for money.
That's some wild ass shit. All right, we'll get an expert to come on and tell us all about all the different scams. This is on-demand exclusive. You're welcome.
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand.
Shade 45, I got my favorite. Anna Akbari is here.
Hey there.
You got some new shit for us today.
Always. Good to see you, Jude.
Good to see you too. You looking well.
Thank you. You too.
Go on. You're dressed conservative today.
No, it's freezing in here. I don't know that.
Oh yeah, you got a little midriff going. Yeah, you got the midriff
but
going.
But I have to bring like something, like I'm gonna snuggle up in pajamas or something because it gets so freezing in here.
Share a microphone.
If you want girls to be scantily clad, you need to heat things up in here.
Yeah, turn up the heat in this motherfucker.
I did.
There's a real tactic for that.
Put a fucking heat lamp. We're trying to see nipples. That's why we keep it cold.
It's gonna get hot in there. Believe me.
We got our own sick brain. We got our own sick way of thinking and shit. But keep that shit ice cold in this motherfucker. T-shirts only.
Yeah, what's that strategy about with making it the Arctic in here?
I think
it's not lady friendly.
Yeah, men run hotter than women.
True.
But I think
it's the equipment.
The equipment. There it is.
Okay.
Yep, sorry. You know where it's warm.
Where?
The kitchen.
Oh. I thought that was going somewhere else, to be honest. That is not what I thought you were going to say.
See? There you go.
Sometimes you're so respectable.
Yeah, I can be an asshole and I speak 7 different languages, an asshole. What do you got for me today? What are we going to talk about?
We're going to talk about this concept that I've named indulgent balance.
Indulgent balance?
Yeah, you seem like a man that can enjoy a good indulgence.
Oh, I indulge. I'm an indulgent ass motherfucker, yeah.
Well, so what inspired me to start thinking about this is that I guess I kind of get tired of, there's 2 things. One, there's this kind of constant call for all the time balance and moderation, and we're sort of scolded if we don't do that we're irresponsible, we're not real adults, or we're not serious people.
Right.
And then the flip side of that is there's sort of a weird hierarchy of socially acceptable indulgences.
Give me the hierarchy.
So like a spa day or a nice glass of wine or some artisanal chocolate, those are considered acceptable indulgences. Whereas I'm sure you can imagine all the indulgences that
didn't even count those as indulgences.
Right.
You mean
exactly.
I gotta sit in a fucking hot room with my own thoughts? That sounds fucking awful. And then what I get is some cucumber water for
right.
For the privilege.
Right.
Ugh.
Exactly. So, I mean, and if you think about it, most great things in life and in society are not products of strict, restrained moderation. If you think about a great work of art or a great relationship, like those things are not always tempered. It's all about sort of like finding the moments and the time to go all in on them, to really explore, to express, all of that.
I'm like right there. I'm like, I got homies and they'll smoke cigarettes, and then as they smoke their cigarette, they beat themselves up for smoking a cigarette. And I'm like, you're not even enjoying a cigarette. You're doing it, and you hate yourself for doing it. So like, fucking accept what the fuck you're doing, or don't fucking do it. Like,
yeah, make a choice. Commit to your choice.
Yeah, indulge. And enjoy your goddamn cigarette. I'll see you with the fucking little slit throat, talking all crazy and fucking 70 years from now. But like right now, fucking enjoy that cigarette, man.
Right. Or
quit. One
exactly.
of the 2.
Or analyze it and be like, these are the parameters. These are the times when I'm going to engage in it. These are the times when I'm not. These are so I suggest that you ask whether moderation and indulgence is necessary, beneficial, desirable for what end. Like you can analyze that. And what works for you isn't necessarily going to work for me.
I don't know. You should try what I do. You should.
I might die.
If you do, I'll drag you out to the sidewalk.
You will.
Yes, I will. And put a blanket on me.
But like, okay, think about different points in your life where what represented moderate or indulgent behavior looked like versus, say, like at this point in your life or another point in your life. It's not uniform across the arc of our lives.
When I was trying to get on, I would not do any drugs whatsoever because it was very important to me. I did not want to be looked at as a loser. And I was like, so in my 20s, I really didn't do much drugs at all. And then as soon as I got this job, I was like, ha ha, bitches, and just fucking went bananas. So I understand restraint.
Yeah.
Even this, people are like, oh, I know you get fucked up. Like, I do this job. When I come to work, I am sober.
So I think that's the problem for a lot of people is they're like, yeah, fuck it. I'm just going to be a total hedonist. I'm just going to indulge all I want. And that's not necessarily desirable either. You have to know how to manage your indulgences.
Well, yeah, because if it's a constant indulgence, it's no longer an indulgence. No, it's just
a
norm.
destructive lifestyle.
Yeah, your indulgence becomes your norm.
Right. So being aware of like, what are your goals in life? How do these choices either help or hinder them? Sometimes letting go actually will help you to achieve your goals.
Yeah, I swear to God, like, I know a gang of motherfuckers, I'm like, you need to eat some mushrooms. Like, you need to dose yourself and fucking fall out of that fucking tightly wound brain of yours.
Well, one of my theories is that a lot of times people will stick to and cling to this mantra of moderation out of fear. And also sometimes out of complacency. You know, it's sometimes a lot easier just to stick to this routine that you know, as opposed to pushing yourself out there in a way where maybe you are letting go of a little bit of control, you know?
Yeah. No, I mean, look, I think it's a good guide. If you're like dumb, just do whatever the fucking churches tell you or whatever. Like, it'll keep you out of trouble. You know what I mean? Like,
well,
like I don't think everybody should be dabbling with heroin.
I would agree.
That being said, some awesome things came from dabbling with heroin.
Well, and you have to think about what are you exchanging for any given indulgence. So maybe you're dabbling with heroin, maybe you produce something great, but then there's also the possibility that you might become addicted, and that might have other destructive components to it.
No, I get it. Like, yeah, I feel like this whole conversation is something I can relate to deeply. Like part of the shit that where a lot of my creative juices came from is also like what slowly killed me. Kills me as well. So it's just like,
well, I think there are a lot of different specific circumstances in life in which being very indulgent and or intense or all in on something is really beneficial. So like, for instance, when you're doing a creative project, or if you're writing your book,
right?
Like that kind of inspiration doesn't usually come in very short sprints that are highly scheduled. You know, you might end up writing through the night or going on sort of a bender where you're just like, this whole week I'm going to become a recluse.
Right.
You know, and so to try and limit your creativity or the flow of what you're putting out doesn't really work. Same is true if you're launching a startup. You know, you don't really get to say, "Oh, it's 5 p.m. I'm done with my startup for today."
You're just
going to grind on and on and on. But you have to know what your limits are. So one of the things that I recommend is knowing how to rotate your indulgences. So for instance, if there's one aspect of your life that you know is going to be chaos and you know you're going to have to go extreme on, then you need to kind of plan how to keep other things in balance.
Have you thought about like what Americans, I'm off the top of my head, like Americans' indulgences, I'm going to guess spending.
Yeah.
Like we all
absolutely.
Like it seems like we have tons of time or tons of money, not a lot of time.
But we're sold that that's an acceptable indulgence. Oh, treat yourself. You deserve it, you know, or you have this credit card, or you have to have this new object.
Yes.
You know, and so we send very mixed messages to ourselves.
So
socially.
Consuming is an American indulgence.
Mm-hmm. Material consuming for sure. I would say
eating,
overeating, and I would extend material consumption to include like houses you can't afford, cars you can't afford, that kind of stuff as well. Yes, and overeating for sure. Bigger is better kind of concept for.
Yeah, and then now they're even like coming up with like the non-body shaming fucking movement to. It's like, hey, look, man, like I get it if you got a thyroid problem, that fucking sucks.
Of course.
It's amazing how many people developed a thyroid problem these last 20 years. It's fucking for 40,000 years there was no thyroid problems, but suddenly everyone's got a fucking thyroid problem.
Well, and also think about it from a substances perspective with regard to what's socially sanctioned and what isn't. Like alcohol.
Alcohol is
we're
like
just celebrating.
Yeah, you crack one with the boys. You have a cold one with the boys.
But, you know, like mushrooms, Schedule 1 drug. Careful, even though it's not addictive at all.
No, I agree with you. And as a non-drinker, it sucks for me because alcohol is a social lubricant where people automatically put their guard down with you.
Yeah.
When you go out, we are getting on the same level by having to drink together.
Yes.
And I never am allowed to do that. I'm always They get their drink, I'm drinking GHB, and then it becomes some weird fucking conversation and where it goes from me trying to like fucking, like trying to like, you know, make them feel cool about drinking. Now they're judging me on my GHB. It's like this weird shit.
Okay, but let me ask you, do you find that if someone is indulging in the same substance as you, that you have a better experience?
Well, yeah, it's like one time I was on ketamine and trying to have a conversation with my homeboy on cocaine, and that was just a fucking shit show. Cause he was 1,000 miles a minute, and I'm like fucking stuck on retard. I'm like, someone want to know what good shit came from heroin. Fucking like John Coltrane and Miles Davis and all that shit, man. Like,
well, I guess it brings up the question though: was the genius a byproduct of the drug, or was that just
those guys were already geniuses.
Yeah.
But you mix when you take geniuses and you put them in different circumstances or give them a different something that's going to stimulate them in a different way, you're going to get a different product.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, again, like if I take it back to psychedelics, you know, you think about all the major thinkers who attribute their experimentation with psychedelics to leading to breakthroughs in their work, like. I believe
Steve Jobs, the fucking
was it Watson and Crick, one of those guys.
Who's
like,
that?
The genetic code. I believe that being able to
that motherfucker saw the DNA code while he was high.
Yes.
See, there you go. There you go.
You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's accurate.
Yeah, but like there's certain shit that we know deep down as humans deep in our core that we're not aware of.
That you have to unleash in certain things.
Yeah, and then you do the drug. There's a reason why like when you do these psychedelics, you see people see similar patterns. It's locked in our brains.
Yeah. Well, and this is why, you know, like I was saying, sometimes this adherence to all the time restriction is just more about fear. I mean, it's scary to step outside and see something that's unfamiliar.
Well, how much indulgence is too indulgent? Like,
so you have to answer for yourself. You know, I'd say 3 things, which is okay. What else is going to fall out of balance if I indulge in a specific way, and how am I going to manage that? Then it's what's my limit? You know, like have a method for checking in with yourself. Like, how far am I going to go? Am I going to have like my partner, whether it's a romantic partner or a business partner, kind of check in with me and see where you know what I mean?
Right.
So there's checkpoints. It's not just like completely unleashed. And then the other is like, what are your bigger goals? And is this going to contribute to it?
Are you reaching them?
Yeah.
888-742-3345, 888-742-3345. Devin in Montana.
Hey, Devin.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Awesome.
I'm a huge fan, and I just have a question.
Go, we here, bro. Fucking the floor is
We've got
yours,
an
man.
answer.
Like, you just fucking
Perfect.
just talk.
So I've got a friend. I really like your indulgence thing, but I've got a friend who he just constantly gets high because that's kind of his indulgence. That's how he de-stresses himself. But it's kind of leading him in a bad way. So how do I help him kind of control that indulgence and do those 3 kind of check things?
Yeah, I mean, helping him to reflect a little bit. I think there's a way of doing it without shaming him, you know, so just kind of helping him to recognize what are his bigger goals, you know, and how does this fit into that? And maybe there's a different indulgence that could help him reach that goal, but still allows him to have a release at the same time, you know.
Okay.
As a functioning addict, and I don't really look at myself like that, but it's just the easiest way to, that's the easiest way to explain shit. Like, how much weed is he smoking?
At least 3 or 4 bowls.
A day? Or?
Yeah, a day.
I guess, and then.
Well, then how does it affect him? Like, is he unmotivated to do things?
How does it affect you? Is my question. How does his 3 to 4 bowls a day affect you?
I mean,
I just feel like because he is unmotivated in it, so I just feel like he really isn't going anywhere. Like he wants to achieve so many things, but he just constantly gets into this pattern of just smoking 3 or 4 bowls and that's his life.
There is some shit in weed that makes you not as productive. You know what I would do if I was you? Because you can't really change a motherfucker. But I would be like, hey, man, I call him out. I'd be like, bro, you been saying the same shit for the last fucking 3 years. Like, either keep smoking your weed and shut the fuck up.
Right.
Or fucking temper your weed intake and get some shit done. And I would love to hear more about your goals.
Because it's really not a value judgment about whatever his, escape of choice is. If you have a friend who's constantly complaining about their relationship or their job, and they're not doing anything about it, you don't have to tolerate that. I mean, you can offer help to help them identify ways out of that. But then if they're like, no, I'm good being stuck, then I would kind of take a step back.
It's like you might just have to find a new person to hang out with or accept them for that. Like, you ain't gonna change nobody. You're not gonna change nobody.
No, and remember, behavior is contagious. So you sort of rise to or stoop as low as the company that you keep.
How many bowls do you smoke a day?
Great advice.
Shit, if I was you, I'd get some tree and just start selling it to his ass.
I'll try that.
I mean, while you bullshitting, you know what I'm saying? Drive over, go, you in Montana, go over to Oregon, get you a pea, and just start slanging it to his ass.
All right.
Problem solved.
Thanks,
like sometimes you can't fix motherfuckers, but you can line your pockets.
That is very true.
Yeah, bro. That's the one thing I learned, man. Like, you just when you grow up in situations where like you don't have a lot of control over what's happening, you just learn to accept people for what they are and understand that like there's nothing that you're gonna do that's gonna change that person's behavior. They're gonna do whatever the fuck they want to do, and they will come up with a reason to do it. That's the scariest thing is of somebody with a fucking high IQ that has the wrong dogma. Like someone with a high IQ that's pointing in the wrong direction because they can reason their way into doing whatever the fuck they want to do. And
absolutely,
and you're not gonna change them. So it's either you got two choices: you can ride with them, or you can fucking go find somebody else to hang out with.
Well, and also they could shame you for your behavior in an effort to validate their own choices.
Now, so yeah, it's a very good point. Yeah. Let's go to Barbie in Miami. Go ahead, Barbie.
Hey, how you guys doing? So I'm just calling about, I'm in my 30s now, and I'm kind of getting into some awkward situations, with my friends that they have kids, and I'm talking, whether they be infants, a couple months old, or, a 4-year-old. But, I kind of got my friends, they still want to party, they still want to do coke, they still want to go out, and I'm all about it if you kind of are doing it like on a once a month, you got your babysitter set up. But I mean, I'm talking all week long, I got a work meeting. I'm going to go, do some blow and I'll see the kids at night. And, it's just it's getting a little awkward these days. I don't really have a manual, and I used to be a nanny, so I care a lot about kids and my motherly instinct kicks in, but I smoke a lot of weed myself, so it's kind of hard for me.
So wait, all right, you're just babbling. All right, so your friends are doing a bunch of coke and they got some kids? Is that?
They got kids, yeah.
How they get the kids to school on time and shit, or what?
The kids get to school on time, I would say.
Are they fed?
Yeah.
Are they well fed? And
are they doing
clean?
It around the kids?
Sometimes it's happening in the house,
That doesn't mean around them.
Like in front of them?
No, not in front of them.
Like, look, man, like, I don't know. Like, I understand your concern.
Well, what I sometimes when I hear this, I think about is all the prescription drugs that so many parents are on and take, and no one blinks at that, and that impairs their judgment and their,
Yeah, you ever try to talk to somebody on a Zambar, dude? Like, they're fucking spacey as shit.
And people joke.
I have a neighbor like that, and she's fucking crazy lit on the bars, and she's got 2 kids. It's not.
And people joke about, like, popping those as if it's like a Tic Tac, and it's just the way you cope with your day, and that's acceptable. So there's a lot of hypocrisy there.
Everybody's else. I'm surprised that these calls that we keep getting is like people worried about other people's indulgences.
Good point.
Why don't you worry? What is your indulge? Like, what do you indulge?
What is
you,
you're like where you're like I might lose control of
I
this?
definitely smoke a lot of weed, like probably half an ounce a week or so.
Is that like? So is it fucking with your money? Is it getting in the way?
No, it's not fucking with my money. I mean, I do real estate, so my schedule's flexible. I don't got to be up in an office all day doing 9 to 5 shit. So.
Do you feel bad about it?
I don't feel bad about it. It's hard to feel bad about. I mean, I just lived in Humboldt, California, where this is kind of part of the culture. So it's like, but I just moved back to the city. I'm back in Miami now, so it's like, yeah, I got to taper it down, and it's not as, as accepted as fucking living in a hippie-ass town like Humboldt. So it's a little bit different, I guess, and I have had to taper it back. My family doesn't.
It's harder talking about yourself than your friends.
Yeah, right. I mean, I'd love to hear from someone who calls in and tells, this is what I struggle with, and here's how I try to manage it, because we all rationalize specific indulgent behaviors at different points, and it shifts throughout the course of our lives, just like she was saying, I'm in my 30s, this is no longer supposed to be acceptable, or I have children now, this is the new role that I'm supposed to have. So what seems like appropriate quote unquote behavior at one point in our lives could seem just like shockingly terrible at another point.
I know I often think about that. Like, am I ever going to grow up? And in a lot of ways I behave like a giant child, and then in other ways I behave like a fucking grown up.
Right. So it depends on how do we define what it means to be an adult.
I was just talking. Like, I think right now our society is just getting weirder. Like, we're like Peter Pan. We refuse to grow up. Like, Marvel movies are like the #1 movies. Mm-hmm. It's like those are Marvel comic books were made for children.
Yeah, yeah.
I see grown ass fucking women with Hello Kitty fucking stickers all over their goddamn car. You know what I'm saying? Like these cuddly things. It's like, bitch, you are 42 years old.
Do you know what? I mean, have we talked about this before? I have heard so many guys tell me that they are used to women that they date having stuffed animals everywhere. This is like a normal thing. I won't fuck.
Well, I don't go over to girls' houses to smash. They come to my house, but like, I'm not doing that.
To me, that's weird. I'm sure you have.
Chris's girl got a giant stuffed animal.
Can you explain that? Like, what is that about?
Well, I got her that teddy bear when we first got together.
So that's different.
It's sentimental.
So it's not like childhood.
It's sentimental.
Yeah, it's 4 feet tall, so it does take a bit of the room.
But there are a lot of women that cuddle and sleep with their stuffed animals from childhood well into adulthood.
Yeah, none of those.
I find that mad suspect. I had a homeboy that had, like, my homeboy, man, we would like run game and do all this shit and do the grimiest shit, and then he had a blanket called Snakey. and like, whenever we were in an argument, I'd be like, I'm gonna burn Snakey. He'd be like, I'll beat your ass if you burn Snakey. I'm like, quit fucking around, man. We gotta get going, man. Put Snakey down, man. And he would just rub Snakey and be smelling it. I'm like, man, you a grown ass man with Snakey, dog.
It's nostalgia. It's comforting.
I guess. We got a bunch of people that want to holler at us. Line 1 really doesn't make a lot of sense. 888-742-3345. 888-742-3345. Let's go to Michael and we'll play a song. Michael, go ahead.
Yo, got the question about the biggest addiction of them all, my man. Pussy. What about that? When can we indulge in that shit? When can we not? I mean, I'm married, so, like, I kind of got to play by the one pussy rule for the rest of my life shit, but, like, can we incorporate that as an indulgence to reward us as a couple? You know what I'm saying? So that's my question.
What do you mean by that? Like, you guys together?
Incorporating sex. Yeah, like incorporating sex as an indulgence for a couple. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, what about that?
How often are you banging your wife?
Dude, whenever I want. She's down to suck my dick, fuck me, whatever I want, whenever I want. But I'm just saying,
suck you up, man.
Who doesn't want more, right?
How's her head game? No disrespect. How's your wife's head game, man?
Doesn't mean it can't be better with someone else.
Dig it. No disrespect. How wet does her pussy get? No disrespect, son.
Oh, dude, like, I'm totally happy with her game. She's
right.
She's on point. She's down whenever I'm down. I'm just saying.
Is she happy with yours? Is the question.
Well, geez, I hope so. I'm working my scrawny white ass off whenever I can.
Well, I mean, she's fucking him, so she's got to be somewhat
I'm doing something,
pleased.
right?
She sounds
Whether
enthusiastic.
it's a checkbook or something, but you know what I mean? Like, what about that? Like, you know, working an indulgence in with sex to combat that? I don't know.
I don't know. Yo, that's one of the things I fall into. Like, that's one of the things I can really relate to is ODing on sex.
But I mean, I think it's just like anything else where obviously there's sex and then there's like sex where there's additional risks that you're taking, or it goes into a space where it stops being, I don't know, almost fun or pleasurable. You know, I think sex can actually not be fun in certain circumstances.
I can tell when I'm going crazy when I start trying to butt fuck chicks. Cause I don't even like butt fucking them, and I'm just like.
See, that's your trigger point.
And I'm like, all right, dude, man, you need to slow down. Cause you're just trying to find more weird shit to do.
So that's a great example of my rule number 2 for checking in with yourself on indulgences. Like, what's your checkpoint where you know that like you're out of balance in a way that's no longer gratifying? And for you, it's anal sex.
Yeah, that's when I know I've gone too far. When you're like, you don't even you like pussy so much better.
Mm-hmm. So is that just because you're overindulging so much that you're just like grasping for novelty at that point?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
Yeah.
That's it. Totally. I mean, but like, yo, if a chick's into it, then I'll fucking do it. But like, it's literally like, like I'm in my head. We've done every fucking thing, and there's a certain amount of intimacy, but not all the way intimacy with me.
Sure.
So then it's like, all right, what can we do next?
Yeah.
Like, we can start like peeing on each other, or fucking like, am I gonna butt fuck you? Like, what are we gonna do? Like,
little SM in there.
Whatever. Yeah, I'll tie you up and fucking walk you around like a dog. Like, whatever we gotta do. Like,
well, and I mean, for the caller, I mean, who knows? Maybe one of your indulgences is sort of like one of you gets to act on a fantasy, you know, and you trade that off. There's all kinds of ways of playing around with that where it feels like it's an indulgence in check, but still keeping the novelty.
Do you want to swing up there in Maine, there, Michael?
Bro, bring it on, man. I'll do whatever.
Did you talk to your girl? Did you talk to your wife about swinging or what?
She's down, but like anything, you know what I mean? It's a little smaller than New York City. We can't just go right out, and then half the people we already fucking know, so I don't know. Maybe we'll make it out to a city sometime or some shit. But
well, there's
dude,
also,
I gotta say, man, thanks for the books, bro, and shit. You're the man, dude. I'll let you guys talk. Anna,
thank you.
Guys, but
good luck,
dude. You're the man.
Peace,
Later.
bro. Peace. What are you gonna say?
Me? Oh, I was gonna say there's also like, you know, if you live in a small town, there are resorts and vacations and events that you can go to and find like-minded people where you can be anonymous if that's your issue.
I just, I'm finding more and more people just way more into polyamorous situations. Like, I think that Sex at Dawn book is really helped.
We should do a whole session where we talk about.
We should, like, me and you should have sex. Why you laughing? So like, me and you should have sex, and then you go have sex with other people. I'll have sex with other people.
But my understanding is that polyamory assumes you are in a relationship with that person. If you're just sleeping with lots of people,
for
that
like
doesn't
2 hours, it'll be like a really deep relationship, and then we just go off and have sex with other people, and then you can tell me about it.
And then we
while
reconvene.
I'm smashing you again. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I see. That's something to consider.
For the next time you're here.
So is that your proposed indulgence for us?
Yes.
Yeah. But I do think we should have a conversation at some point on these new configurations of relationships, where like open marriages, swingers, all that, because I mean, it's definitely something I've read about, thought about, you know, encountered in my own dating experiences.
Right.
And I have some pretty strong opinions on, you know, what works and what doesn't and why. So we should talk about that sometime.
I'm down to talk about that. I'm gonna play a song. I'll play it from over here, bro. 888-742-3345. Here's some old school shit. Bullies with fullies, boy. We talking indulgences. Call up with yours. 888-742-3345. That old Bay Area classic. Bullies with Fullies. We got Anna Akbari. We're going to have sex together. She doesn't know it. And then we're going to go swing.
This is all
we're doing
very exciting news.
We're doing indulgences.
Yeah.
What's your indulgence? What do you indulge in?
Well, you
like
know,
kayaking or
you know,
shit?
I love to sing karaoke, right?
Oh yeah.
And like, I want to sing it for like I don't know if there would be a limit where I'd be like, I've had enough.
You feel like that's your indulgence is karaoke?
Well, it's one of them.
She's so healthy.
I mean, I'm trying to like, project a certain, that's like definitely one of them. I don't want to go into all my indulgences.
Fucking Anna invites me to a karaoke night.
But that was fun.
Whatever, dude. Like, I'm up in that bitch. Like,
what was that song you sang? It was so good, that country song.
Yeah, like it's your karaoke meetup was 80% black.
It was.
Which is just, it's like, know your crowd. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like, you gotta sing something. So I wrote down like this David Allen Coe song, which is just some redneck shit.
But it was appreciated.
I made half the fucking room leave. Like,
you did not.
Yes, Doug. I was like, and I don't want to do it. And then I had to go after like Man in the Mirror. I was like, this is some bullshit.
Yeah, that cause he is great at
yeah,
that too.
It was his night, and he was like on his knees yelling about Man in the Mirror. Then he was like, "Fuck Trump," and then it was like, "Here's a country song for y'all."
No, but your song was great. I sing a lot of country at karaoke.
They hate you for it.
No.
That cleared the room.
No.
You gotta know your audience, man. I should have sang. I should have sang some. The problem is
hip hop.
Nah, but the problem is my voice just goes to country.
See, you just have to say. Honestly, I think that people just sing whatever suits their voice and what they're familiar with.
You gotta go with that shit.
Yeah.
888-742-3345. 888-742-3345. All right, let's talk to Kiara.
Hi, my name is Kiara. I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina, and one of my indulgences it has gone from one extreme to another. At first, like, I had this obsession with sex, and then I realized that it was a little bit, like, it was too constant. I would be at work sitting at my desk, and I couldn't wait to go home to, handle business with my boyfriend. So my first boyfriend, we were actually engaged to be married, he was just, like, he was tired of it. Like, it was too much. So I went on this, 3-year celibacy streak, and I just was like, I'm going to get my life together. But then I met somebody new, and it seemed like his drive matched mine. And he was okay with, the strobe lights and the body paint, but then it just got, out of hand. And he was like, look, I work a full-time job. I drive after work 35 hours a week. Like, who has time for this shit? So
yeah, he comes home. You got like your tiger stripe and black light and shit.
Can I hear more about the strobe lights?
Let me tell you. So one time I called him and I was like, babe. He was like, what? I was like, I need some dick. And he was like, oh, okay. So when I first started talking to him like that, because he's so conservative, it was real exciting to him. So I was like, yeah, I bought this glow in the dark body paint. And I also have this black light, and I have these oils, these flavor oils, and I want to try it on you. And he was okay, even with cream and chocolate syrup or inserting ice inside of my vagina. He was all for that. But then when it became constant, every day, 2, 3, 4, 5 times a day, he was like, yo, Key, you got to chill.
That
so now,
awful.
We're trying to figure out a balance on,
can't you
my
just,
wild thoughts and conservative ways.
Well, you know what's funny though is if you find me one person that's super conservative and restrained, and I'll guarantee you that person has some kind of freak flag that they're hiding.
I don't know anybody that likes to paint themselves and fuck. Like that's who the fuck.
No, you need to try it. It's the bomb.
What?
It's like glow in the dark body because it's fun. It's an intimate experience.
Dude, you've never experienced that. What's the weirdest kind of
the most weirdest
extreme
shit,
behavior you've
me and my ex shaved each other and fucked, and that shit was cool, but then I got razor bumps and I was like, fuck that.
Together or with my partner or by myself?
Shit, either one. What's the wildest shit you did with your partner?
Okay, well, I don't think it's real wild. It's just the constant wanting it. I think.
All right, then by yourself then.
Okay, so I was at work thinking about him, and I told him, I asked if I could leave work early, and they told me not to. He was sending me inappropriate messages, and I went to the bathroom, masturbated, and then washed my hands and went back to my desk. But, I mean, I have those kind of thoughts all throughout the day.
Are you at work right now?
Oh, no, I'm on my way home.
I mean, look, craving sex is not inherently, a bad thing.
That's kind of what we were built for.
Like
all of these indulgences are basically shit that we kept us alive, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And our desire for some semblance of moderation is also our body's way of trying to keep us alive too. So you have competing objectives and desires.
Go ahead,
there.
throw your hand between your legs right now.
Oh God.
Think about your man. Think about your man right now with all that body paint.
But look,
no, you can't knock it until you try it. It's like
Cirque du
saying
Soleil.
I would never put body oils. Like that. It's like I don't know. It's exhilarating. I don't know how to describe it. But if the setting is right and you're with the right person, I mean, it's a dope experience. And then if you have like a black light or a strobe light, it just enhances.
I'm still stuck on these strobe lights.
So much more.
Damn, girl,
what'd
you
you
a
say,
real
Aaron?
you really be bringing that shit, man.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta go hard to go home. How it works.
I just like to be good at eating pussy and shit like that. Like you on some you finger paint motherfuckers, man. Like go ahead, girl. I ain't mad at you. Justin in Minnesota. Justin.
Hey, what's up, man? So I have a 26-year-old fiance that continually sucks her thumb on like a regular basis. Like she does that shit in public and everything. And like, I guess I just had a question that how do I go about trying to get her to stop doing something like that? Like, I mean, that's just like embarrassing. You know what I mean?
Does she? And you said it also says she has a favorite pillow that she holds on to.
Yeah. She's got like a favorite pillow. Like she cannot sleep without it. Like it's ridiculous. It's not even really like a pillow. It's like kind of like a bunch of like balled up old blankets that she likes like fiddling around with. I guess I don't know. I think it's like an insecurity thing. I want to say, but
I would try and understand what these behaviors are reflective of with regard to, other issues she may have. And so cause it's not like
she had a weird childhood, bro.
Yeah, there might be some things that she wants to address and that perhaps you want to help her address, and that would be helpful for your relationship.
Well, she might have grown up with some violence in the home.
Yeah.
Maybe touched.
Because I think to just tell someone, don't do that, don't do this, it's bad or it's unacceptable, that's not, I mean, they're just going to still desire it. But if you can help them understand, why they have this kind of crutch that they're leaning on.
Yeah, like I do, like cats don't, like I twirl my hair. Like I've been twirling my hair ever since I was fucking, like it's been a nervous habit ever since I was a child. So unfortunately for you, your girl's nervous habit is thumb sucking, which is a cunt hair worse than twirling your hair. Twirling my hair is bad, but like sucking your thumb. How's her head game? Is it even like you're like, hey, all right, all this thumb sucking.
Oh, it's few and far between. It's almost non-existent.
Whoa, dude.
Wow. Yeah, I would try and have a conversation. I mean, she's your fiance. This is someone you're looking to spend your life with.
I wouldn't marry her if she's sucking her thumb more than your dick, man. Fuck that shit.
That's one litmus test to you.
I got all this dick over here and you're going to suck your fucking thumb? Chew on a blanket?
Yeah,
what the fuck is this?
But if you're going to address it with her, I would come at it from a very sensitive place because clearly, there's a very emotional and psychological attachment to these things. So it's a delicate issue, but I think it's a worthy one to explore with her.
My question is like, this is your fiance, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
How do you not know about her past?
I mean, I do, but like, I guess I never really like connected the two together, and like, you know what I mean? Like, put one and one together, saying that's why she does.
Oh yeah, this is related to
yeah, man.
that.
Yeah, that's
never really.
That's some old stunted shit.
Why she does it?
Well, I suggest you go back in time with her ass.
Yeah.
And try to address it, and just be like, look, babe, like, once you do, be like, look, it's. I want people to take you serious,
right? Yeah.
And when they see you sucking your thumb, they take you less serious.
And also, let me be the
Let
support.
Me be your thumb.
Let me be your thumb.
Let me be that thumb that you need.
That is an amazing sentence to say to someone.
I want to be a thumb girl. Thumb.
Let us know how that goes.
It's just finding the balance, I guess, huh?
Well, yeah. I mean, look at what anyone gravitates to. You could psychoanalyze that forever, and there's a reason for it. It's not random.
Look, if it gets in the way of your health,
yeah,
or are you moving forward in life,
or your ability to connect with people,
then it may be a problem.
Like, in Japan, there are a lot of guys that have those anime body pillows. This is like a trend.
Yeah.
And it keeps them from having real relationships with live women. So, there's nothing necessarily inherently bad about having body pillow, but if it's stopping the relationships, that's an issue.
Let's go to Renee in Alexandria.
Hey, this is Renee in Alexandria, Virginia, and I have a two-for type thing. So my excess is food. I'm fat as shit. I understand this. And I'm actually going to a doctor, taking steps to try to remedy that.
Good for you.
Great.
But that's the way I deal with being stressed. And most of my stress comes from my husband because he's one of those few people who's actually addicted to weed. Like, he spends $200 per paycheck on weed, and I keep trying to get him to see somebody about it. Or
how much per paycheck do you spend on cheese sticks?
A lot. I mean, I do, but it's not even 200. It's not 200, Jude.
All right.
Most of it is stuff that we already have at home from when I've gone grocery shopping or something like that.
I'm just saying, you guys both have. All right, so you're addressing your
I am
overeating.
I even have surgery scheduled for November.
Can you guys approach your respective indulgences together as a team to try and sort of support each other in managing it and setting goals? And so would you be able to enlist him? So, be like, look, I'm really committed to working on my weight and changing some of my habits and behavior. Would you be willing to do this with me? And that doesn't mean you're going to stop eating. It doesn't mean that he's going to never
How's
smoke.
weed getting in the way is my question.
Well, no, it's not the weed that's getting in the way. It's how much he spends on it, because it's gotten more every year. It seems like it gets more and more. And then also it's messing with his meds, and he won't tell his doctors that he's on it.
What meds?
So they don't know.
God damn.
I can't think of the name of it.
Well, just what issues is he dealing with?
Is he smoking because you're fat?
Anxiety.
Anxiety, okay.
Is he anxious because you're fat?
I don't know.
I'm just fucking with you, girl. I'm just playing with you.
No, I mean, that could honestly be it, but he says he's not, but I mean, look, when he met me, I wasn't fat.
I mean, look, I think so. This happens sometimes when a couple, when they both engage in kind of dysfunctional or unhealthy behavior, they sort of support each other in that dysfunction. And when one party wants to get healthy and the other isn't on board with it, sometimes that can it could end the relationship. So I think it's important that you guys get on some semblance of the same page and supporting each other. And
was he always smoking weed too? Was that kind of his deal?
He was smoking a little bit, but not that much. And
right.
we live in Virginia, so it's a felony here. He's already gotten caught once, and they let him go since it was his first time being arrested. But if he gets caught again, it's going to be a felony.
Uh-huh.
All right, look, yeah, it kind of sucks that it's like, I decided that I'm going to change my ways, so you need to change your ways too.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important to not make it a control thing, and be sure to share with him how, whether it's like this is a financial strain or feel you're not stepping up in these other ways, and I think this might be a contributing factor, as opposed to just like, I don't like when you do this, stop it. One is going to be make a more compelling case for him.
So don't make it like, well, I'm doing this, so why can't you?
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
Stacy in Atlanta. Stacy.
Yo, hey. So, I'm just trying to see how I can figure out my addiction with my husband. So, my addiction is giving him head, like, all the time. I'll pop up at his job, give him head, at home. A lot of times I do it, and I don't even want to have penetration. But he gets frustrated. He's like, you're wanting to do this too much, like, it's a problem. And I've been like, I would have never known anybody doing a problem with head, especially when you're like, it's like the best you've ever had. So I'm just like, what the hell is the problem?
How many?
Like, we can have sex with
all right, so just the average. How many days are you, like, how many times a day are you sucking his dick?
I mean, before he goes to work, I may pop up at lunch and then at home, so maybe 3 to 4.
Wait, when you pop up at lunch, how does that work?
I mean, I call him and I tell him I'm coming to lunch, or we'll go have lunch or whatever, and then like in the car, like I'll give it to him and then he go back to work.
Got it. How long have you guys been married or together?
We've been together 17 years, married 4.
Okay.
And you just been just sucking dick for 17 years?
Well, I mean, not to this point, but it just like became like a fetish to me, so to speak. Now, like for the last couple of years, it's like that's, you know, I see how he gets turned on by it, or now it's like a game for me. Like, let me see how fast I can make him come, or whatever the case may be, or new tricks that I want to try. But it's like, okay, well, all right, what's the problem?
I mean, if I were you, I would reflect a little bit on why is this such an obsession for you? Because it doesn't sound like it's about like mutual pleasure. It does sound like it's more of a game. I'm not saying like don't ever do it, but some balance might be good here. You know, this is a perfect time or area to employ some indulgent balance for sure. And he might appreciate it a little bit more too if it's just like once a day instead of twice a day.
But then I'm like, how are you going to be? So some days you'll want it 3 to 4 times a day. I'm like, okay, so what are we doing right now? Like, so you can ask for it 3 to 4 times a day, but I can't want to do it, and it's a problem.
I mean,
kind of, yeah. Like
look, with anything, if something's just always available to you and always expected, doesn't matter what it is, it's not going to be as enjoyable. It's just
like,
not.
oh great, here comes a fucking head again.
Yeah, I mean,
does he nut every time?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty good. I can't come off a head. That's what you know. What you need to do. You need to find someone like
you
me.
haven't had the right person.
That's what I'm saying. So you need to get me and then suck my dick, and then that'll break you of that habit because I just won't come. I just said, and you'll
problem
be like,
solved.
Your jaw start hurting.
It'll just
like,
become a challenge to me then, though.
No, you'll quit after a while. You'll be like, I'll be like, it's numb. It's too late now. It's
too late.
It's too late now. You numbed it. Spent 45 minutes. My dick's like a swamp down there. I can't feel the tip.
Oh man!
If your dick, I wonder if your husband has some dick control. Would you chill the fuck out? You just like you like. It's ultimate cause and effect. It's like.
But look, there are guys that are like this too, that are obsessed with getting women off, and it has nothing to do with actually just loving the woman so much.
No, it's a check mark.
Yeah, it makes them feel good.
Yeah, that's kind of how my shit is. It's like, it's like when I'm with a chick, like if she doesn't get off, I'm not having fun.
Well, but there's a difference between just being a conscientious lover, as I'm sure you are, Jude, and someone who is on an ego trip.
It's not an ego trip, but it does hurt a motherfucker's ego if you fuck a chick like 3 times and don't come. You're like, God damn, like what the fuck are we doing?
But look,
here?
there's all kinds of factors. There's like, like it's very mental, or there's different elements that.
I know. By the 3rd time I shake him, like, why aren't you coming?
Oh my God!
You come now. Come on my dick.
Is that pretty effective?
Sometimes it works. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. I don't know what to say. Look, man, your husband your husband actually has a pretty good problem. What if you just cut it? What if you checked yourself?
Yeah.
You're going to have to do some self-checking.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, you're going to have to parent yourself, okay?
Create
what I can do that. I can try.
Create some boundaries for yourself, and my hunch is you may actually enjoy it when you do it a little bit even more then.
So pick one day a week where you go up to his job, okay?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I listen to what one? Just one day a week where you go up to his job, and then you can suck him up before dinner or some shit like that. You suck him up in the morning.
And also, like, think about other places you could channel that
all that
enthusiasm.
Yeah. You know how much gas you could steal out of cars? Just siphoning? Just all you need is a hose and a bucket? Gas price is high right now. Yeah. It's fucking...
I guess. Okay.
Look, man, it's just, you don't want your head to turn into like, oh great, here comes fucking, you know, the carp. You know what I mean? Here comes
I used to be that chick who only did it like once every now and then. So
I know.
then he asked for it more, and so then I started building up to it more, and then I started enjoying it. So the pleasure came. I get pleased by pleasing him. So it's not more so like an ego thing for me. Like, I don't care. Like, I see that I'm pleasing him, and so that pleases me. So, and now that it's increased, now it's become a problem. Like, you asked for the increase.
But it's a problem because he doesn't actually want it that much, and it's kind of overtaking your life. So I would say that's a perfect point to kind of check it and create some new rules. Yeah.
I got you. Okay.
What if you had like a dildo you could just suck on or some shit? Or does it have to be his, is it an oral fixation or is it just, yeah.
I need to feel the veins. I need to be able to get the cum on my cheeks and rub down my face. Like, the dildo's not going to work.
She sounds awesome. You sound awesome. You really do. You really do. And I'm sure if things don't work out, you're going to make somebody very happy. I got some homies that just love getting head all the fucking time. Like,
Yeah, I'm sure she would be very in demand.
I know, dog. This is, all right, here's one other fucking, people got the weird, craziest shit. Jennifer in Austin. Jennifer.
Yes.
Go ahead.
My indulgence is ice.
You eat
how can I
ice?
fix that? It's like all day. I need ice. Like all day. I go to the store, I get something to drink, and I ask for a drink with a bunch of ice and extra ice. It's like everywhere I go, I can't even be without it.
And then you chew it?
And then I chew it. My teeth are flat. Like, I don't even know how to not.
I think there's one common theme here today, and it's oral fixations.
Have you thought about sucking a lot of dick? Because
thumbs.
No, I don't want to suck a lot
that
of
seemed to work for our last caller.
I mean, that is the recurring theme, hands down. Interesting. I mean, so I would maybe try and substitute it with something else that is not going to be damaging to your teeth. So
Y'all gotta parent yourself. You just gotta fucking parent yourself, or else you're gonna end up at the goddamn dentist with dropping 6 racks because you fucked your fucking teeth.
Yes, I know. It's like get some veneers.
Yeah, treat yourself. Oh, I'm sure. I would love to sit next to you at the movies. Jesus fucking Christ!
I know.
What an annoying woman you are.
It bothers everybody around me.
Oh,
but remember,
selfish.
Your metrics are: is it necessary? Is it satisfying? And is it beneficial? Whether you're talking about indulgence or moderation.
And the other thing is it affecting the people around you in a negative way?
Yes.
And your ice eating is.
Yeah.
So maybe you just keep that for the car.
You know, have you ever seen those tea tree sticks? They're like little toothpicks, and a lot of times if people are trying to like quit smoking or something like that, those can be really effective. And
get a toothpick.
Yeah, that could be better.
Do you think it's just that I have to have something in my mouth?
I think it's an oral fixation. I think it's also probably the crunch.
I think you like the sound of the crunch.
Yeah.
And I think you probably like the feel of the coldness in your mouth.
You know what could also
do?
be effective is hypnosis. So hypnosis is really good at changing habits and patterns. So that might be something that you could.
Someone said that eating ice is an iron. Hold on, Patrick in DC. Go ahead, Patrick.
Yeah, I'm trying to get you off the speakerphone. I'm driving.
Okay, so you said eating ice is a sign of an iron deficiency?
Iron deficiency, man. It's very common in young women who menstruate and lose blood. They get iron deficient and they all eat ice.
Why do they eat the ice?
Why?
It's called pica, P-I-C-A. Right?
Okay.
It's just a craving that they develop from being iron deficient.
But what
What exact mechanism is not really known, but that's what happened.
Look at that, Jennifer. You got an iron deficiency.
Classic sign of iron deficiency.
Well, there you
So
go.
just get more iron. I don't
Well,
know if you
go
need
have
Yeah,
get a
you give iron and it goes completely away.
Well, yeah, just have your iron levels checked. I think that's a
Yeah, go get
great suggestion.
go get some blood work done. So that might have, it might not be you're a fucking lunatic.
Okay, I'm gonna try that one.
Yeah.
There you go. And we'll end with Rob. Rob,
What's going on, man?
what up, though, man? Go ahead.
I got a weird problem. It's called I crave too much fucking information. I get in a relationship with these girls, and I ask them a whole lot of questions, and I keep on wanting information. I always end up knowing something I don't want to fucking know. I don't need to know.
Can you give us an example?
I know where he's going with this, but yeah, give us some examples.
Example is I was with my current girlfriend now, and I was asking the question, and I come to find out I got like the smallest dick she ever been with.
You asked her about dick sizes?
Yes.
And you're like, I'm guessing you're like, what's the biggest dick you've been with? Is that,
or what's the smallest?
Yeah, I asked her what the biggest she been with, and then I thought I was swinging. And she told me, and was like, shit. And I could have avoided it if I hadn't wanted to know, to keep on going down there and wanting information.
And then how many questions did it get to finding out where you had the smallest dick?
It got to about 20 questions in it.
Oh, buddy. Oh, I'm sure she did not want to have to tell you that either. How big's your dick?
Oh, God. About 7.
That ain't bad, bro. 7's respectable.
Is that win hard?
Yeah. I don't think you got 7.
Come on, Anna. What kind of?
Hey, there are individuals.
Damn, Anna, how much dick can you take? Anna's slender, but I guess she's long on the inside. God damn, Anna. She said, "Is that hard?" Yeah, it's hard. Give him a fucking break.
Sorry.
We're trying to help him feel better.
But so
that right there is just one instance. It's like 20 other instances with 20 other girls. So I just keep on asking questions until I get to know something I really.
But is it always about that topic, or does it vary?
What else? You probably ask how many dudes they fuck.
Yeah, for sure.
How many dudes they fuck?
And
you ever did like a threesome or some shit like that? Yeah, that's that fucking shit.
Yeah, I found out that girl she was pretty much gangbang.
Look, man,
and I kept on asking questions. If I had to stop,
all right,
I'd have been good.
Let's be real. Do you like hearing the answers?
Yeah, are these like deal breakers for you?
Does that shit turn you on, or does that shit? Because like I love when I'm smashing a chick and she tells me the worst shit she's ever done. I'm like, tell me the worst shit that you've ever done that you're fucking ashamed of. And when they do that, I bust. I'm like, oh. I fucking love that shit.
I'll be trying to steer the conversation, and I'll be getting going, and then they hit me with that shit, and it's like some self-realization shit. Like, fuck.
Well, okay, but so it turns you off, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
When I get the wrong answer, yes.
Uh-huh. So it's a little bit of a trick question for them.
You setting them up. You setting them up to lose. They ain't gonna,
If a guy asks you how many people you've slept with, the answer is always like a lie. It just should, because they don't really want to know the answer to that.
Yeah, anytime I don't ask girls how many dudes they slept with because it doesn't fucking matter.
Right, exactly.
And 2, if they do tell me, I divide that shit by fucking 3. And
you divide
I multiply it.
Yeah.
I multiply by 3 and subtract 7.
And whatever a guy says, honestly, sometimes personally, I think that they underestimate as well, or at least they tell you the wrong.
They tell you lower numbers.
Yeah,
too.
Yeah. I always multiply.
Yeah,
if it comes out.
I don't think these are questions that I don't think need to be asked unless it's something that's going to fucking turn you on to be all the way to me, don't ask nothing you don't want to know the answer to.
Well, for instance,
I don't know. I want to know the answer until they give me the answer.
You look, man. There's certain answers. Like for me, when I'm asking these questions,
it's going to turn you on.
The wrong answer is something that's real lame and they're square. That's the wrong answer.
Right,
You know what I
right,
mean? And like, so that's not gonna fucking shape my whole opinion about them. I'll just be like, oh.
Even that wouldn't necessarily be a deal breaker.
No, that's not
for
a
you.
deal breaker.
Right.
You know what I mean? But for you, the wrong answer can really fucking fuck you up, and it's gonna. And these women are human, and like they're grown, and they like to do fucking. They got their own thing.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're like 20 years old. I mean, if you're an
How old are
adult.
Yeah.
I'm 37.
Man, what the fuck are you doing? These are like 18-year-old questions.
I mean, you're probably, if you're dating women that are generally in your age range, I mean, they've lived full lives. They've had relationships. I mean, there's no reason that.
Yeah, just as long as one of your homies that gangbanged her, you know what I mean? Like, that would suck. Other than that, like, I don't care. You know what? Look, if my chick got talked into a fucking having a whole bunch of dudes fuck her, and like she kind of got finessed into it, I'd be like, But if she was like, yeah, I want a whole bunch of dudes to run up in me, I'd be like, all right, fuck it. That was her fantasy.
Also, honestly, if you're someone that wants a more conservative person with a very limited sexual background, there are very specific places that you can go and seek those individuals out. It's not that they don't exist. So
You go to a preschool.
You're gravitating toward
the teachers
these
I'm talking
other
about.
ones.
Yeah, look, bro. Yeah, hey, and look, man, with the whole thing about you having the smallest dick ever to your girlfriend. You know what makes you special? You know what's great about your dick? You're attached to it, bro. You're attached.
Well,
to
and
that
also, are you generous in bed? Is she enjoying herself? That's really what matters, you know?
Yeah, bro. Like, look, man. I don't even know. Like, I was just the other day, man. I was having sex with this girl who couldn't take dick, and I don't.
What does that mean, though? Can you explain that in this context? Like, she just was.
She was smaller and like
you were too much for her.
She couldn't take all the dick, and I was just like, I don't know how to fuck like I got a big dick, because like big dick motherfuckers they got a different stroke. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going balls deep in that shit. Like, big dick dudes fucking fuck different. So I had to like learn a whole new fucking style. That shit sucked. I was like, this is not fun. Like, I'm over here short dicking this chick. Like, this shit ain't fun.
You guys were just not sexually compatible.
Nah, I was like, the whole base of my dick was dried in a motherfucker.
But do you feel that you're compatible with your girlfriend?
Oh yeah, I beat it down, but yeah, I thought I was king.
Not as good as Earl. Earl had a big ass dick. Earl had a monster. Godzilla.
I was king until I found that out right there.
Well, I would say either get over it or stop asking those questions, or just own, what you guys have. She wants you to be confident. That's what she wants. She doesn't want you to suddenly be a different person.
Well, she should have lied to his ass.
In that respect, I mean, I probably would have. I would not have revealed.
Some girls just have a way about them where they never have had a small dick.
You think?
Yeah, there's certain girls that I fuck with that they've never
encountered one.
They've
ever?
never fucked a dude with a small dick. They've never had to deal with a small dick. You know what I mean? Like, it just
like they saw it and then they're like, "No, I'm good." Or
no, like every time for some reason they just attract dudes with big dicks. Like, I know, right? It's fucking crazy.
It's like a sixth sense.
I know. So then I step in there with medium dick, and I'm like, all right, fucking, I get to be medium man. But I just try harder in other places. Whatever. Fucking, what are you gonna do?
Well, it's like that whole theory about guys who are a little bit shorter, like that they work that much harder and are that much better in all these other ways, and gotta believe that.
Quit asking them questions, bro.
Yeah.
No, okay, I'll stop asking the question.
You gotta stop. Yeah. All you hearing is like your girl's getting trains ran on her and every one of those dudes had a bigger dick than you. Like, that is just a fucking nightmare, man.
These ain't the same chick.
Okay. Oh, that girl. Okay. All right. Cool.
No.
All right. Good.
No.
Yep. There you go.
I want to know what John's indulgence is. John, can you enlighten me?
What's happening?
I want to know what your sort of like indulgent weak spot is.
I probably masturbate a little too much.
What can you define too much?
I mean, is like 6 times in a Saturday too much?
Whoa, dude.
Well, if I get bored, I'm like, you know what? I might as well just jerk
raw
off again.
at the end of that?
You
Is
must
that
just be
comfortable?
busting powder nuts by the just
It gets a little
ghost nuts.
Yeah, it's almost like I'm ejaculating
That
water.
just seems uncomfortable after a while.
No, you just don't think about it.
You don't think about it.
Go to the bathroom in the back.
And your fucking roommates are home, and you're just sitting there jerking off all day in your room
on my t-shirt.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! I don't know what I thought he was going to say, but it wasn't that.
This is much worse than I.
Oh, come on!
I thought you were going to be like, I like gin. You know what I mean?
All right, that's a fact.
Gin the drink?
Yeah, I thought I was going to be like, I like gin and tonic, but no, you're like, I jerk off 6 times into a t-shirt while my roommates are
Maybe
home.
when
Like,
he's drunk on gin, he goes on these masturbation sprees.
All right, yes, I drink too much. I probably smoke too much, and the masturbating is more of like, I'm kind of bored.
So basically, John needs a hobby.
Are you look at porn the whole time too?
By and large, yeah, to get it done quickly.
So you're saying it's more out of boredom and less out of horniness?
It's like, oh gosh, or I'm procrastinating. Like I could be doing that thing that's productive, or I can go masturbate and kind of forget about it. You asked. You literally asked. And I'm being as honest as I can.
I wish you didn't.
Every Saturday, I'm going to be like, God, I wonder what number John's on today.
Yep. It's going to be like 3 o'clock. You're like, John's at his 4th nut right now.
It's rounded the bend.
Yep.
That's an aggressive number. That is
It
really.
is not.
6 times in a day, John?
6 is not nothing, John.
When I hit that level, I know that I need to get out of the house.
That's
your poor penis.
That's the moment where I know.
Do you use lotion or do you just go dry?
Dry.
Oh my God!
It's just there's too much effort after the.
John,
the
do you
lotion.
do you look at porn or is it all your imagination?
Oh my God! Your dick's probably like a carpenter's hands. It's just rough and calloused.
But this lady I know, she likes phone sex, so she'll call me.
This lady I know.
What?
Yeah, that's a little weird.
You got a lady that does phone sex with you?
She's a little, she's.
Will you tape a phone sex thing?
Is she someone that you see in person too, or is it just strictly?
It's been a while. She doesn't live around here anymore.
So your sexual relationship is mostly via technology.
I gotta hear that, John. John, have her do phone sex with you.
She goes for it.
Oh man, that'd be so. She don't need to say her name. I just want to hear her do. I just want to hear her phone sex.
I was surprised.
She initiated it.
Yeah. Come to think of it, yeah. I think, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how it all began.
How often does that happen?
Not very often.
Like once a month?
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You guys FaceTime or
just the phone?
Interesting. Interesting choice to keep the visual out of it. Is there a
Who
reason?
wants to see that?
She did at one point.
Him on a fucking yoga mat with no art on the walls and just fucking crumpled up cargo pants everywhere.
She wanted the whole package, the whole thing.
Oh man,
the whole kit and caboodle.
Yep.
All right, man. That's John. I'm
sorry I asked. I really am.
Learn something new. All right, don't go nowhere. Hey, did you miss any of the All Out show or any of these conversations? What did we do today? I yelled at the Indian scam artists that tried to get over on me. If you missed that, you can hear me telling them to fuck off, and then they said that they would sacrifice me. Then we also had Ana Akbari come in, and we talk about our indulgences, which turns out to be a lot of oral fixations for people. And don't ask your girl about your dick size, guys. Do not bring that up.
Words of wisdom right here at the All Out Show.
Don't ask numbers unless you like that shit, and don't ask dick size unless you like that shit.
Also, never ask John what he's doing on a Saturday.
The worst part is
because I don't want to know the answer to that
question. He's called me on Saturdays, man. Like, that's the worst part, man. Now that I know that shit, like, John just fucking drunk, fucking cum-stained hands, calling me up.
But that's when I'm taking care of business.
That's one way of putting
I just want to
it.
let you know, bro, I got your back no matter what, man. Just let me bust this 7th nut, man, and then fucking I'm gonna work on that shit you needed. Yeah.
He's always telling me how busy he is. He doesn't have time to do his job, and now I know the real truth.
Yep.
John.
Like, damn. Why can't the show get cataloged? Because John's jerking off fucking 8 times a goddamn day.
Usually when someone says that, it's an exaggeration, but this is just literal.
I believe everything about that. John, you are disgusting, nasty. What's the porn you look at, John? What's the porn? Because I can't even, like, that's the whole thing for me. Like, 8 times, I'd really have to. It would get very dark. It would get really dark really, really quick. Like,
maybe there's a teacher involved. Perhaps it's a compilation.
A teacher.
Lots of ejaculations going on. I've got split screens. So,
wait, what do you mean a teacher? Like
you got
have like
split screens, like a day trader.
It's got multiple screens.
Like you're watching the stock market, John?
I need a lot of stimulation by that point.
Jesus fucking Christ.
He's got a whole porn docking station that he works from.
You like the teacher shit? You watch that mommy shit too?
Not so much, but once in a while, sure.
So like you want that like a professor or like a school teacher?
Professor's good.
Oh,
I'll take that.
More sophisticated.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
A teacher? I wouldn't mind that as a kid.
Mm-hmm. Oh, John.
Oh, man, this shit just bummed me out, man.
Not that bad. Not a freak.
Not a freak.
All right, I'm gonna play his little 30 a week, peasy, no hooks. It's my favorite little album out right now. You can get it on iTunes, peasy, no hooks. Yeah.
30 bands every week. I need 30 bands every week. 30 bands every week.
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand.
And now, it's time for News from the Chin with John Z. Matthews.
Louisiana rapper Mrhbee, he recently publicly shamed his sons after catching them in bed with a girl, and he's sticking by it.
So Mrhbee, what was this big song?
It's a big hit.
Mrhbee? I was thinking of Chingy. That was Tipsy. Or wait, was that Jay some shit?
Big song. Boy. Have you ever heard him before?
Yeah, I heard of him.
Okay.
But I'm stupid today, so.
He's got a lot of studio albums. Savage Life seems to be the theme here.
That's his. Yeah, he's from 05 to 2018. Savage lives he's been living. Mrhbee. Where's he from? Down
Louisiana.
South?
Baton Rouge.
All right, yeah, that's what I know.
All right. But, so he caught his sons in bed with this girl, and then he turned on the phone and started to film it, which is a little surprising, but he's sticking by it.
Ain't that child porn?
No, see, that's not at all what happened.
How old is his son?
They're just calling him teens here.
That's child porn.
See.
Play me some of that child porn.
All right. Well, he brought, it's not child porn.
Why is it not child porn?
Because they're downstairs.
Because they're downstairs. Okay, that makes it not child porn.
They're just getting scolded.
Let's see.
Now they covering their head with the hoods on. Now y'all Jizzle, it ain't funny because y'all fucked up too. Y'all fucked up. My 2 sons, they right here. Man, come upstairs. I catch them all three of these motherfuckers, all 3 of them in the bed with a little girl. That's crazy. I'm asking like, man, what's y'all parents' number? What's y'all parents' number? He done put a hood over his head. Man, bro, that hood ain't gonna do nothing, man. That shit is not gonna change the situation, bro. Jizzle, you fucked up. I don't know why you keep trying to smile and shit. You fucked up. Twitter, I thought I could trust you, bro. I thought it was 100, bro. But yeah, well, like I was saying, though, look at you, Jizzle, you fucked up too, bro. I promise you, Jill, man, your life is finna change, bro. Life finna change for you, boy. I promise. But yeah, man, let me try to get some parents' number and shit out. I'm out of here. Let me try. Well, no, I probably shouldn't. I ain't gonna even get out of here. Cause they ass already tried to run out the motherfucking house. And just, no, don't get to running. Don't run out this motherfucker. And go run and say some shit about it. I fucked y'all up. I had y'all kidnapped or hurt y'all. And this motherfucker bring y'all ass back here. Look here. Let's get some parents on the phone, though. Crazy situation. If it ain't one thing, it's another. You hear me? And one little girl in the bed. Girl, that's crazier than a motherfucker. You better stop. You better stop. You better stop. Praise the Lord. You better stop.
All right. But he's received some criticism for doing this public shaming of the kids.
Yeah.
It's a little intense.
It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, but
he was just chastising them.
Instagram Live, is that necessary?
He was making content out of it, too.
Yeah.
They was finna run a buster on that little girl, man. She was down, too. Down.
Well, in the follow-up, he's saying that their clothes were on, and if you want to hear a piece of that, you can. We don't.
Yeah, let me hear.
Okay, he just talks about sticking by it.
When I ran into that situation, I wasn't thinking about whose kids it was or where it kids. All of them bad. All of them was wrong. A lot of people told me you should have took off a belt and whooped all they motherfucking ass. I was in the studio this time, and I heard something upstairs. I heard a girl voice, and I know I saw. Anyway, I walked in like puppies. They all looked up at me like, "What?" You know what I'm saying?
What were they doing? What were they doing?
They wasn't doing nothing. Everybody had their clothes on. You know, being bad kids. It's 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. I say, what the fuck? I say, what y'all doing? Everybody get up. All y'all. Come on. You know what I'm saying? I say, what's y'all parents' number? What's y'all parents' number? You know what I'm saying? Cause look, I said, and one of that little friend, the little boy, he put his book sack on, like he was about to run out the house. I said,
yeah, but so you get the idea. He's not ashamed of what he did there. But you wouldn't have done that. You wouldn't have pulled out the phone.
I don't know about the whole social media shit, but I don't, man. I'm never fucking in the moment enough to be like, or I'm not like, you know what? Hold on a second. I'm going to film this. Like, when me and you have ever gotten an argument about some shit, I've never been like, hold on a second. Let me break out this fucking phone and cuss John's ass out. Like, I bust your balls, but, you know, it ain't like that. Look, he's... It seems like it's coming from a good place. You know what I mean? Like, no parents are perfect, but 3 dudes and 1 chick up in a fucking bed. Ain't nothing good's gonna come out of that. So he broke that shit up.
That's a lot different than my high school years.
4 in the morning. You know what I mean? He's keeping the sun in, you know. Anything can happen. Anything. Especially nowadays with this fucking, all them hashtags. She might have been all the way into it, got clowned on the next day, and then it's, his son's in a whole heap of trouble. So, yeah, I don't blame him. I found it entertaining, so. Savage Life, 1 through 20. He's got a gang of them Savage Lives.
He's living that life.
I know all my down south people like, you don't know who the fuck he was wrong with you. Motherfucker, you know I'm old. I stopped listening to rap fucking in 99. It's just, I ain't from Detroit. I don't want to hear it. All right. What else?
So some people are putting CBD suppositories in their vaginas.
Hey.
But is that a good thing?
Hey.
Looks like gynecologists are saying if it's not FDA approved, you probably shouldn't do that.
If FDA doesn't like it. FDA is real. You can really trust the FDA.
Well, I've got one back in the refrigerator.
You know the sugar. I think it was the sugar industry paid off the FDA all this money to say that it was foods in high fat that cause heart disease. When it was foods in high fat and sugar. And you trust these motherfuckers.
Well, I'm going to put it up my ass, and I'm not too worried about it. But your vagina...
You're going to put up your ass?
Yeah. Somebody gave me a marijuana...
suppository?
Yeah. It's going to fuck me up pretty bad, so that's going to be a weekend.
You're going to throw...
Months ago, I said I would do it, and I finally tracked one down, so I've got it.
Are you going to tape certain parts of it so we can edit it and be like, John tries weed up his asshole?
I can do that. But the early parts, by the end, when I get too wasted, it's just a mess.
We'll just fucking edit it down. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think nobody wants to sit through fucking 6 hours of John with weed up his asshole.
But they're saying that those that sell these vaginal suppositories, it's intended to treat pain associated with menstrual cramps.
Hey. My homies, who came and dropped off all the marijuana for me, they gave me this one shit, like you're supposed to rub it and then melt the oil and then you rub it on their pussies and it's supposed to be all tingly and shit. I don't know, give it a go.
You can find these things pretty easily online. Here's
CBD suppositories?
Yeah, looks like this one.
Yours is not a CBD suppository. Yours is like a fucking weed THC suppository.
Right, it's meant to take
that
you
shit
somewhere
fucks
else.
you. I did that shit one time with half a Vicodin. And like I crushed it up and threw it up my asshole. Wasn't that big of a deal, you know. I've been having hemorrhoids my whole life, so fucking used to shit going in my ass. So I busted half a yellow, which is a 10, and like this was years ago. Bro, I was nodding like a motherfucker, dog. Like I was like dope fiend nodding, like off of half of one of them bitches. You finna be fucked up.
Yeah. I don't know. Yes, that's a fact. I'm gonna need some time.
I want to blow some coke up a girl's ass.
That can't be good.
Can't be bad. I feel like Stevie Nicks would want me to do that shit. Just blow some coke up a girl's ass.
But this guy, Dr. Gupta, says here, if you're going to put anything in your body, you want to make sure that's approved by the FDA.
Shut the fuck up, Dr. Gupta. What the fuck do you know? Gupta. Man, I put carrots in pussies, cucumbers, zucchinis, dicks.
Do you wash the vegetables?
Yeah, I wash them off.
Okay.
For the most part. What's gonna happen? They get pesticide in there and bugs won't live in their pussy? I stopped doing that shit. That was a bit we did. Fun bit. Guess what's in me? That was the bit.
Oh man.
She was good too. She named every. She was like, I think 5 for 5. Maybe one day when we catalog the shows, that will come up and we can play it again. That'd be great.
I can find that. But someone who works for one of these companies says the vagina is an extremely great place to have anything absorbed into your system. The vaginal wall is porous.
Hey.
And any medications that you put in there, they're going to get absorbed directly into the bloodstream.
There you go.
About 20 minutes after inserting 100 milligram hemp-derived, so about 20 minutes, it's going to take a hold of you.
I can't wait for John. Okay, now it's on my finger, and I'm pushing it inside of me.
Oh.
There it goes. Yoink.
The last thing that was up my ass was a doctor's finger, and it just felt like it went on forever. It's such a bad feeling.
Yeah, my goddamn, I gotta talk to him, man. Like, my fucking ass doctor, God bless his soul, he's like from old school Armenian shit. He don't even throw lube on his finger, man. He just jams. I'm like,
That anticipation of, okay, here, And then right then.
Then he'd be like, "You're fine." I'm like, "Why do we have to do that? Why? He don't even bother to shut the door. That's how out cold they are. Nurses be walking by eating cookies and shit.
Just part of the day.
Straight up, they offered me a cookie, an Armenian cookie after that shit. It was like, man, you're fine. Eat Tums. That's when I was having stomach problems, I went in there and they was like, "Let me look at your ass." I was like, "It's my stomach." He said, "Let me look at your, I'm fine. All right." Fucking jab me. I was like, I was like, "Have a cookie." I feel like that's what they do to, like, that's what child molesters do, I think, right? Like, they jab you and give you a cookie and send you on your way. Fucking. What's his last name? Malakali? I don't know, some Dracula sounding shit. That was my dude, though, man. I fuck with him.
If you want these, you can get them for about $52. Vaginal suppository.
Them vag suppositories, huh? All right. That's what's up.
There's a guy who was arrested recently in Florida for trying to drive off while hooked up to a tow truck. So they...
Oh, I saw this on...
Oh, you did?
I saw it on Instagram. He was really getting it.
Didn't end up well.
No. But I was surprised at how much... Here, let's watch this shit. I was going to save it for White People Wednesday, but I don't think the dude was white.
No. Can you guess?
He looked Hispanic.
That is correct. Was it Yohannes Lopez or something?
Yeah. Ice was finna come for his ass. He was like, "I'm gonna fuck out of this bitch."
He's in some trouble here.
So they got him jacked up on... Alright, so for Cass... Alright. They got him... He's in a big-ass white... What is it, like a Ford or some shit? He's in a big-ass white Ford. They got him up. He's already up. Just the two wheels down. His back wheels are up. And now he's trying to go. All right, so go ahead, hit play.
All right, let me see if I have to...
He's revving. Oh, he's just tearing his truck up, too. He's just trying to drag that bitch up. Oh, now he's backing up. Oh, buddy. Oh, he's just grinding this shit.
Aggravated.
I don't understand how it looks like it's rear wheel drive. Oh! He almost got that. He lifted the other motherfucker up for a second.
Bájate, loco.
Oh, he got it off.
Now
is it just further? Is it just stuck even more?
Yeah, the chain's on it.
Oh, buddy.
So the tow truck was a Ford.
Only in Dade, not Florida.
The tow truck was a Ford F450, and he had a Power Stroke diesel powered Ford F250.
Ford off.
Yep.
If he would have had the whole four wheels on the ground, he'd have got him. If that shit wasn't jacked up, I think he would have been able to drug that motherfucker.
I mean,
Man,
I feel
it's
bad
like,
for the guy,
why you feel bad for him?
Well, his car is being repossessed. That's got to suck.
Yeah, but
This
he
is not-
probably owes money on that car if it's being repossessed. That's usually why they take cars away.
He made it much worse.
It's not like people are just like open up a phone book and like pick out a name like, let's go take that motherfucker's car. So they try to repo his shit and he just burnt the whole fucking thing down. I was wondering about that. I was like, damn, they just burnt the whole fucking thing down.
Well, he chased the tow truck down. He began tailing, caught up with him, and then this whole fiasco started.
Oh, he chased it down.
Right. So he saw his car being repossessed and said, "Not today."
Not today. I knew some cats that did that repo shit in Flint, and it was, yeah.
No thanks.
Yeah. They had crazy Jordans. They This was back in the day. It would be like Punch speakers and Jordans. They have all the audio equipment you could need. They was just taking that shit. They'd have to go like mad early in the morning and fucking take that shit. I know them dudes. They would get shot at a lot.
Do you even need to get in the car anymore with like a Slim Jim, or you just hook it up and you're gone?
I don't know. I never asked them that much. I think they just hook that bitch and go.
I've seen it happen out front when people forget to move their car by 4, and like, oh, there goes that Mercedes.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
It just takes seconds. Well, a couple minutes.
I've seen videos where like the whole neighborhood will come up, lay on the car, and not let you take that bitch away. It's like, damn, sticking together. Sticking together.
Also in crime-related stuff here, down in the Bay Area, Inside Edition, that show, they got robbed while they were trying to create this smash and grab scenario where they put tracking devices in speakers in a purse in a car, so then when somebody broke into their car, stole it, they could chase them down, which they did. But then during this whole process, their true vehicle, it was also robbed in a smash and grab. So,
man, it's some fucking dope fiends out there, bro.
I didn't realize the Bay Area was that chaotic now. Is it?
Dog, they just too nice. They too nice to dope fiends, man. All right, let's see.
All right, so the report itself is a bit long.
Well, don't play me the whole thing then. All right, all right, there's a smash and grab. Is that the chick that's about to take it?
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to see them commit the crime here.
Here inside our car. They wait here for the sidewalk to clear. Then the thief throws up his hood and he tries to bust out the front window with the glass puncher, but it doesn't break. So he goes for the back window and
there he goes. He just broke in.
First, he grabs the purse and tosses it to his female accomplice.
He's got the purse.
Take another look from this nearby surveillance camera. But he's not done yet. He reaches back in and struggles to pull out our big speaker.
I can't believe this is happening right now.
And just like that, he walks off with it in broad daylight.
Wow. Look at this. There's glass everywhere.
Yeah, no shit.
Right, so then let's watch her catch up to them.
What was that one shit? Trap car? Remember the one that bait car? This is like bait car and shit. All right, go ahead.
Subway entrance.
I'm Lisa Guerrero with Inside Edition. You've got my speaker right there. You just broke into our car.
What?
We've got it on camera. You're going to want to give that back.
We follow him as he retreats into the subway.
5 million people are going to see you steal
that. Helping,
so you can choose to give it back or not.
He refuses to give it back.
Oh, he mushed her. He mushed her.
I'm just going to call my mother.
I'm just going to call my
mother. You should
mother.
call your mother. That is an awesome idea. Can I talk to your mom?
He leaves it on the ground and walks off.
We got our speaker back.
All right, yeah, boo-hoo. But then she comes out to realize
that's entrapment.
Yeah, this whole thing seems strange to me.
I never liked that shit. It seemed like entrapment to me, but
here's the real.
Them kids nowadays, bro, they shameless.
Here's the real payoff.
Crew car.
Unbelievably, when we were inside conducting the interview, thieves came out here and they broke into our crew truck. Check this out. They broke this window.
Man, they busted out this shit.
And the back window.
Did they take
And
anything?
they stole thousands of dollars worth of our equipment, so we actually got hit twice in one day.
Wah, 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 wah. Shit's real out there in the Bay. Teenagers.
I used to have one of those glass punchers. I need that again.
Yeah. You just, a lot of nice have them at the end. You just bust out. Boom, boom. Yeah, that kid is he's done that before.
You think?
Yeah.
He had gloves on. He was ready.
Yeah,
But that was bold, just right in the middle of the day, just hanging out.
Man, that's, back in the day, that's what we used to do too, man. So I'm trying not to judge too harshly, but damn, yeah, we used to do the same shit, bust out.
We would just test car doors if they were open, then we'd take change or something.
Well, yeah, I would test the door first, and then if not, then you bust out their shit.
Wow, you did that?
Yeah, but I was a teen. I was like But then once I got old enough to get a job, I just got a job. I was like, I'll just go get a job and then find a new hustle. Then I just got different hustles. That was like the real low. That's like there's better hustles. I don't know how else to say it. There's just better hustles than that. Cause you don't get a ton of money on like, they know it's stolen. And especially if you fucking underage, so you can't go fucking pawn this shit. So like, it's not like you're getting like a crazy good deal.
What the hell was he gonna do with that speaker?
Sell that bitch. Or hook it up. You got the purse too.
Well, they dumped the purse. The girl bolted and then dropped the purse into a garbage can and then ran away.
She caught old boy she was all in his face.
He even pushed the camera. It's bold. Some kid his age.
That's how them kids be nowadays, man. They different. They just different. He's like, nah. I don't understand why he just didn't run. He should have just dropped the shit and ran. And then his whole ass said, I'm gonna call my mom. I'm gonna call my mom. She's like, I wish you would. Oh, that's funny. They got that shit broken into. Wah, wah, wah. They're like, here's some news on how real it is out here. And then they come outside and be like, oh, it's really, really, really real out in this bitch in San Francisco.
We didn't have to bait anybody. It just happened.
They're like, let's do this bait car and leave a fucking one speaker and a purse with nothing in it, and then drive up with $80,000 worth of audio and video equipment. Jenny Jones used to do me like that, man. They would send me and the cameraman to the fucking hood to go like surprise people. And man, it would be, I'm like, we was good. We was good because people knew me from Jenny Jones, but there was cameramans that would get knocked out. Like some dude, he'd be in the project somewhere shooting some shit and somebody would just run up on him and then sneak him, knock his ass out. He's asleep. They pick up some $60,000 beta camera from back in the day. Remember those, the news cameras? It's a wrap. Done. Jeez. Done.
She didn't send you with any muscle?
Nah, man, it was cheap as hell, bro. It would just be like me and the cameraman in the projects in like Patterson, New Jersey or some shit like that, or some weird fucking weird shit. I told you the time, like, we was in the South Side and we're just surrounded by fucking, I don't know what gang they was. And we was surrounded by them. And I'm like, hey, man, we just let's do this shot. My man's like, the cameraman was like, yeah, let's just finish this shot. Like, shut the fuck up, cameraman. And it was like, crack a joke. And I was like, oh, man, come on, man, I don't want to crack. Like, cause if the joke's too good, then they're going to want to fight you. You know what I mean? Like, they wanted me to crack a joke on them, like.
Oh.
So I was just, then the dustiest one said something, so I just tore his ass up for fucking 3 minutes, just blazed the shit out of him. And I'm like, y'all want to get on Jenny Jones? Cause I was like, how do we keep this camera? And I was like, if we say that we're going to put them on Jenny Jones, they won't take the fucking camera, so they can be on Jenny Jones. I'm like, all right, man, let's get in the middle. And they all throwing up their gang signs and shit. And I'm looking, and the cameraman, I'm like, he didn't even turn it on, bro. The red light wasn't on. I'm looking at him like, you fucking asshole, dog. They left. They didn't notice. I was like, why don't you turn that on? He's like, they're dumb. They won't know any different. I was like, bro. I was like, yo, cuz, like, I don't fucking, let's not risk it. What's 30 seconds of fucking B-roll of us hanging out with 12 gangsters? All right, give me some good news.
And now, time for good news.
Some children bought back a Ford Mustang that their dad sold to pay for the mother's cancer bills 17 years ago. And just coincidentally, they tracked it down, the son did, and bought it back and surprised dad with the car. So the guy's name is Wesley Ryan. The wife is Laura. She was diagnosed with ovarian cancer 17 years ago. And then the son, Jake, just happened to come across the car on Craigslist. And everyone's convinced it's the right one. So they found it and surprised Dad with the car.
So wait, what happened? I didn't listen to the first part just because I
appreciate that.
Well, you got this voice about you.
All right.
It's just like,
No, but the mom got cancer. Dad sold the car to pay for
Dad
the
sold the
treatment.
car because Mom had cancer. What kind of car was it?
It was a Mustang, Ford Mustang.
What year?
1999 Ford Mustang GT.
Hey.
And then the son accidentally came across it on Craigslist and bought it back for Dad.
That's fucking cool. Let's take a gander.
All right. They should work on their camera skills if they're here. But
damn, Mom got a fat ass. Look at that. Her ass beat the shit out of cancer. Look at that motherfucker.
Yeah, it's emotional. Got the car back on the flatbed.
They jamming that country music. Aw. He gave him the motherfucking. He gave him the papers.
Oh, he's blubbering.
Man. That motherfucker almost lost his wife, dog.
She made it. She's been cancer-free for 13 years now.
He's blubbering. John, you got no motherfucking heart, man. Sorry this one wasn't about, like, rich people giving poor people things for free.
Those are true heroes.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
That's nice.
Yeah, man, he's fucking... Can you imagine that? Your wife, like, got cancer. Like, you're fucking broke. You don't know what to do. You sell all the shit that you have. She's cured, and then suddenly you're like, and you know that fucking Stang, man. Like, you see that dude's old as fuck. You know that probably was his prized possession right there. I bet you he kept that bitch clean as fuck. I bet you he washed it every weekend.
It's a bit of a downside to the story.
What's the downside?
The seller was letting it go because her own mother had contracted ovarian cancer, and they needed money for treatment, so they unloaded the car.
Is that motherfucking... Is it the Mustang that's cursed?
I don't know.
That's a cursed-ass Mustang.
That is a strange part of the story.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well...
Hope everybody makes it out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't... Like, what good is my hopes and prayers, but, like, that's... Hopefully, maybe one day she'll be able to buy it back from that guy. The circle of life. You didn't have to read that part.
I know. I know. That was.
You didn't have to end the story with more ovarian cancer. HPV, bro. That's what causes that shit, man. All right. That's the news.
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand.
All right, that was the show. I want to thank Anna Akbari for coming in here. You can follow her at ANNA AKBARI on everything. She wrote a book too. Just look her up. She got that shit out of John. Jerked off 6 times a day, man. That's fucking crazy.
Like you haven't.
I don't think I've reached. Maybe as a teenager. Maybe 6 times.
It just sort of gets away from me. A couple in the morning, maybe one around noon, and then we get into the afternoon, the evening.
I just go outside after a while, bro. It's just like, yo, man, like.
I'm just sitting there staring at the wall. Other things going on. She's like, well, we could also do that.
John is our producer. And he does the news. Chris is on the boards. Keenan is the associate producer and was on the phones. And Alex is the head producer. My name is Jude Anthony Angelini. You can follow me at One More Jude on my Instagram. And on Twitter at Rude_Jude. Check out my books on Audible. Some shit y'all motherfuckers don't like reading. Hyena and Hummingbird. Just go listen to the sample. I promise you get it.